ドラゴンパンチ TV。
The Tekken video game series is one that has transcended international boundaries. With over 55 million units sold worldwide, it has stood the test of time and proven its status as one of the greatest fighting game series of all time. With its solid gameplay and intriguing lore, it developed a die-hard following. Being made in Japan, it also borrows cultural influences from its societal norms. The archetype of the Japanese father can be seen in Heihachi Mishima, the patriarch of the Mishima clan. In this video, we will go over some of the plot points of Tekken's story and its similarities to the Japanese father archetype.
口は災いのもとだ。敬意を示すとはどういうことか。忘れんようその体に叩き込んでやる。
The first Tekken game follows Kazuya Mishima, who looks to seek revenge against his father, Heihachi. When he was a young boy, Heihachi threw him off a cliff as a test to see if he was truly worthy of his family's name. Miraculously, Kazuya survives and trains for the next 2 decades to enter the King of Iron Fist tournament and defeat his father. The scar on his chest is a constant reminder of his mission and his father's cruelty. Heihachi believed that he could make his son stronger through his torturous tutelage. While on a business trip in China, he saw a young orphan boy fighting in the street. The boy was named Li Chaolan. He would be adopted by Heihachi and raised to be a rival to Kazuya. Both his biological and adopted son would grow to hate him, as they were often pitted against each other. Kazuya and Li's disdain of their father would be the only thing they would have in common. Other than training Li in the ways of Mishima-style karate, he never held him in high regard, or acted as a father figure to him. The most prominent theme within the Mishima family is the Nippon no Otosan, or Japanese father. During the 1970s, there was a stereotype that emerged from Japan, which became the model for the Japanese father. Younger generations would perceive these men as uncultured or out of touch with modern society. Wives of these men believed that it was best if they were tasha derusu, meaning alive, well, and absent from the home. Because of their role as head of the household and how hard they would work to support their families, they were both feared and respected. Their wives would brave their short tempers, and their children were expected to be obedient to them. Their outbursts could be seen as a deterrent to keep the children in line. Heihachi Mishima, as head of the Mishima Zaibatsu, is a perfect example of authority and discipline, reminiscent of the traditional Japanese father figure. His strict and commanding demeanor is reflected in his interactions with his family members. This echoes the societal expectation of a patriarchal figure who enforces discipline within the family structure. When Jin Kazuma's mother disappeared after her encounter with Ogre, he went to Heihachi to seek proper training to defeat his mother's attacker. Heihachi treated Jin no differently than his own children, as he put him through a grueling training regimen. Through his training, he turned him into the perfect warrior who would kill Ogre and avenge his mother. Karate in its purest form stands for constant self-improvement. Mishima-style karate is no different. For Jin to defeat Ogre, he would have needed to remain motivated and keep his eye on the goal of becoming the best fighter he could be. Jin needed someone to keep him grounded and learn how to persevere in difficult times. He would have to be torn down and built back up to achieve his goal of avenging his mother. Heihachi taught Jin that life is not fair and that he must do what he can to survive. Much like the Japanese father, Heihachi prepared his grandson for an unyielding and merciless world.
最後にどちらが立っているか、それだけのこと。
Perhaps Heihachi's most famous motto is that a fight is about who's left standing and nothing else. In our everyday lives, we face an array of many challenges. Life will throw us many difficulties our way, but it's up to us to figure out the best means of overcoming them. Heihachi has shown that he never gives up, even when he has lost everything. In Tekken 2, Heihachi lost the Mishima Zaibatsu to Kazuya after being defeated in the first King of Iron Fist tournament. He could have easily given up, but he climbed back up the cliff from which he was thrown. After entering the next tournament, he defeated his son and reclaimed control of the Zaibatsu. In Sun Tzu's The Art of War, the book teaches you that you must appear weak when you are strong, and appear strong when you are weak. This comes into play with self-preservation in difficult times. Kazuya may have lost to Heihachi due to both his hubris and him underestimating his father. Thinking that Heihachi had nothing left, it cost him the Zaibatsu and ultimately his life. In the events of Tekken 7, Heihachi once again took control of the Zaibatsu after it was left without Jin's leadership. Due to Jin causing worldwide conflict in the last game, Heihachi needed to repair its stained reputation. Warring with the rival G Corporation led by his son, Heihachi revealed Kazuya's devil form to the world, which would turn the general populace against Kazuya and work in favor of the Zaibatsu. Any decent parent would want their child to succeed. Sometimes the only way parents know how to bring out the best in them is through tough love. In a Japanese family, sons are seen as personal heirs to the family and are expected to behave in a way that will not bring shame to their fathers. The expectations that a father will have for the son can be overbearing and may lead to conflict between the two. The tale of the Mishima family is plagued with conflict. While it's debatable if Heihachi really did have good intentions for Kazuya, throwing him off a cliff planted the seeds of a lifetime of resentment. Though Kazuya grew to become a formidable fighter and was successful in his business endeavors, none of it could undo the harm his father did to him. He became the strongest warrior he could be, both physically and mentally, so that no one could dictate how he lived, not even his father. If it weren't for Heihachi's cruel tendencies, this story could have gone much differently. In the face of societal expectations, it's important to teach your children about the hardships of reality. However, doing it the wrong way could damage your relationship with them. Even if you have good intentions, they may produce unintended and unwelcome results. Heihachi Mishima is far from being Father of the Year. Many of his acts can be seen as deplorable, but that's not to say that we can't learn from them. Again, we can learn that life is not fair and that we must become the best versions of ourselves in order to survive in an ever-changing world. Not only that, but we must also challenge ourselves to live a life of excellence and dignity. If your father was ever overbearing to you, it's best to not hold a grudge against him, but if you want to go the Kazuya route, you can simply throw him off a cliff.